It was a cold Christmas Eve, and the elves started to cheer as they wrapped up the last Christmas gift of the year. As one gave a whistle and tickled his nose, they added some glitter and sparkling red bows.
The mountains of presents stood upright and proud, and the listless elf got lost in the crowd. They set up the presents through postcodes and zones. He felt a cold chill that went down to his bones.
Who opened that door? Teeth started to chatter, and everybody came around to see what was the matter. But the wisest old elf, who'd seen all of this before, he knew exactly what they'd let in when they opened that cold, dark door.
Oh no, keep the wind out, be quick all and take cover. He gave them some blankets, they grinned at each other. But Papa, said Tiny, his cheeks red and glowing, what's making us sneeze? He had no way of knowing.
Oh my dear boy, he said, as he drew them all near. It's only a cold you have, nothing to fear. But let me tell you a story to give you a fright. About how Santa got ill right on Christmas Eve night. The reindeers were ready, they'd stretched out their legs, and their shiny name badges hung down from their pegs.
We had all been so busy as we always are. The presents were ready for homes near and far. We were waiting for twilight when the world starts to close, because that's the time Santa usually shows. He hides out in the daytime until when it's been said that the last of the children are all tucked up in bed.
He daren't come out in the daylight. Could you imagine the noise? The yells and the whoops of the young girls and boys. They don't sleep already, tired as they might. They keep an eye open and hope for a sight. His white fluffy beard and his boots shiny black. The elves and the reindeers, the gifts in his sack.
But Santa knows all this. He knows all the tricks and calls on his helpers, the band of St. Nick's. They sit in the grottos over cities and towns and hear the requests and write them all down.
Then they're put in the big book. All this you well know. And it all goes towards putting presents below. Tall glowing Christmas trees dancing by night, and cold empty chimneys which he hopes they won't light. And one year when dusk came and all the reindeers were merry, and we wondered if Santa had stopped for a sherry.
The bells and the clock surely started to chime, and the elves were all fretting that we'd run out of time. When huffing and puffing, who fell through the door? A white fluffy snowman, about 6'4". The little elves panicked and let out a scream as the snowman whirled round as if dancing a dream. When at once a small voice that was muffled quite near said, "Ho, ho, ho, elves, you have nothing to fear. It's only me, Santa. I got caught in the snow. It gets terribly stuck in a beard, don't you know? I can't see my arms or my legs or my hat, and my glasses are steamed up and icy at that."
I need a new outfit, the elf started to scurry, taking off the wet clothes in double a hurry. Quick, go by the fire, said Papa the Wise, and the snow melted off, revealing Santa's bright eyes. Hooray for Santa, they all said as one, but they had to be quick, there was work to be done.
They gave him some new clothes, all snuggly and flat, and they dried out his hair and plumped up his hat. He drank some warm honey and blew out his nose, put hot water bottles right under his clothes.
He nibbled an orange for vitamin C, and they all hoped he'd soon be as well as could be. With all fingers crossed and every hope high, Santa sat on his sleigh and took to the sky.
All presents delivered, all memories to keep, the elves snuggled down and they started to sleep, when at once they were woken by a shivering sight of 8 snotty reindeers all covered in white, and a letter from Santa. We got stuck in some snow, and it wasn't quite clear which way we should go. So we thought we'd plough through it. The reindeers were bold. Now I'm afraid they've all come back quite covered with cold. Can you help them get better? Thanks so much, ye dear. Aren't the elves surely glad that he comes once a year?